So today on the bench, we have something from Banggood here to look at. This time we actually have a 1/2-inch impact wrench from TOPSHAK. This is one of the items they're promoting, so they asked if we would like to look at it, and I mean, absolutely. Not maybe as a comparison like some channels might have the ability to do or funds to do. I don't have a bunch of different kinds, but definitely be interested in looking at this one they're sending. And maybe have time to look inside. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, there's our two. Okay, there's the third socket. It comes with 3 sockets. So this is supposed to be a brushless 20-volt 1/2-inch impact. So it comes with a nice impact socket for 22mm. A 19 and 17. Yep, 17. So it's a couple things to note about this already that's pretty cool. I mean, being brushless is pretty cool. And it's only 2 terminals for the battery, so neat. So this is the model number TS-PW3. No load RPM is about 2,200 RPM. Our max torque is going to be 550 Newton meter. They do have different models. This is the 550, and this is also the brushless with a 4,000 milliamp hour or 4 amp hour 21 volt max battery. So it comes with a warranty card. Manual here. So one thing I would like to see about this impact is how well it works on removing truck and car tires, and the reason being, I'm not necessarily going to put it up against my Milwaukee, my really nice 1/2-inch impact that I paid a good bit for, and probably the battery costs more than this set. However, I do have a Ryobi that I simply purchased just to keep in my truck, to have if I run across somebody with a flat tire, or of course yourself gets a flat tire. It's so much better on the side of the road to have a cordless impact, and I can tell you that it's come in handy more than once. So I was thinking more the angle of that on this, and leave comments below if you feel any different about it. But this, at least at this promotional sale, is about the cost of the Bear 2 Ryobi I bought several years ago that I just keep in my truck with one of my spare Ryobi batteries. But this one right here is going to go with my wife's vehicle. We're going to have it either in the trunk of the car or something of that nature. So I'm just going to test it out and see how it works. And you'll always have the kit with you. Definitely going to make sure that we have the right size for our needs in the kit, ready to go. But fairly universal socket sizes. So this comes with a 2.2 amp or 65 watt charger, which looks like it's PA66. So it looks like a glass embedded nylon of some sort. So it's actually a pretty nice charger. We are only doing our 2 terminals. We're not using the NTC terminal. It's even marked there. Usually it's a temperature terminal. It's marked there NTC, if you can see that. We're not actually using that at all. Just simply the 2. So it must have some smarts inside of the battery. It looks like it's even, maybe some tools with this model battery actually comes with just a plug-in charger. I definitely like this higher wattage one a lot better that they sent with this one. So this is absolutely similar to the Makita platform. As you can tell, there's a lot of similarities here for sure. So let's just bring one over. Obviously we don't have the same interface as the Makita charger. Polarity is the same. Very similar. Look at that. Level 1, we got level 2, and level 3. No problems. I had no idea. That's interesting. I do have several Makita packs and some off-brand, so cool. I got more than one battery for this. That's really neat. So I want to go out, try this out on my truck tires and just see if it'll spin the lug nut off. Just as simple as that. We'll just see how it performs out in the field trying to get the nuts off. So this is just going to be a really quick test for the emergency use of the TOPSHAK impact. Before I get started, I'm going to make sure with a torque wrench, these should be torqued at 85 foot-pounds. And what I'm going to do is go to 90 foot-pounds and make sure. And then move just a little bit. We're going to make sure that they're torqued to at least 90 foot-pounds, like they was over tightened a little. And these all moving just a little bit. That one didn't. Them over 90. Alright, so over 90 foot-pounds. Just see on the side of the road if it'll break it loose, right? Not a problem. I'll go straight across from each other and take two of them off. So yeah, I mean, at least on my Toyota 4-wheel drive truck, not a problem. And that's on level 1. We can go all the way to level 3, which I think is just RPMs on these, but still. I'm just going to run them in. Torque these back down. So on level 3, how does it do with 1? Even quicker. So yeah, I mean, no comparison with another one by any means, but just on the side of the road in emergency, will it be a handy tool? Absolutely. So this does come with the pin and O-ring style retainer for the sockets. It comes with a 22. I really need a 21 millimeter for my Toyota Tacoma. It comes with the 17, 19, and 22. The 19 fits the other two vehicles in my yard, which happen to be a Honda and a Subaru. I keep a 21 millimeter with me anyway on a truck, but yeah, just to mention that, you would need a 21 millimeter for some vehicles. So now let's have a quick look inside. We'll start with the battery and then move on to the drill. The battery has a T10 Torx. We'll fast forward through a lot of this. And there we go, and there's a look inside the battery with the BMS controller there, and a look at the cells. Spot wells look good. So it looks like our pack is protected by a BMS there, which is one reason the tool only has the power terminals. And there we go. There is our truly brushless motor, no doubt. Our speed control is definitely all potted up with a LED showing there through a light guide, and the heat sink there. It is a good heavy feeling anvil there. So it is a pretty powerful little brushless and sensorless motor. So I'll put this back together off camera to save time on video. We'll come back and I'll show this battery pack being depleted, and we'll see where the shutoff voltage is. So after getting this back off the charger, we should be ready to hook this up for load testing. Should be plus and minus. So we're showing 20.9 volts. We cut this above half amp or greater, we should start testing. So we'll put it on roughly 1.5 amp load here. We'll come back and we'll see how it does. I have it set, if it gets below 12.5 for safety to cut off here to protect the cells from going too low, but surely before they get the 2.7 each. So I look somewhere between 14 to 15 volts. The BMS should shut it off. So we'll see how it does. We'll be back in a few minutes and just see how it's doing. So over 2 amp hour after 1 hour and 20 minutes of running. We'll come back and check on it once it's complete. So did not think the test was going to keep going this long, but 2 hours and 22 minutes, almost 3.7 amps and still going. So far impressed with the capacity of this pack. Okay, so we are shut down below 12 volts. So either this activated and went to 0, which I hope it happened, and it did. This activated and cut off. But if you look here, 4.29 amp hour before it shut off. So I'm extremely impressed with that. Let's bring over, make sure you can see the meter here on the camera. 1.4 output, and coming from the battery itself, 16.5. Wow, pretty impressive. I'm sure it's bounced back a little bit. I'll put this back together and let it charge up. Unplug this so it quits beeping. A lot of good things to say about it. It does have the protection board. The cells capacity was great. The only thing I noticed right off about it is they let this nice silicone lead here. They didn't tuck it quite back enough, and it was starting to touch here, which could over time cut into the insulation, but not yet. So a quick fix for somebody that likes to work on stuff like a lot of us do, but for some homeowners maybe not an easy fix to bring it and solder it back over here. But yeah, at the factory maybe just needs to watch where that wire is at on assembly here. Of course I got this turned around this way. There we go. And that's all that happens. If you drop it or push hard, it hits that wire. It's an easy fix. There we go. Actually pretty impressive protection on it for low voltage cutout. So I hope you liked this video today or found it informational on the TOPSHAK impact and just how well it can do for us in emergencies. And I'm going to have mine, like I say, in my wife's car. If you run across anyone or you're in need of yourself of a tire change, it'll be very helpful. And also about the price of what I paid for my Ryobi bare tool at the time of purchase. So I definitely think it's worth looking into. I do appreciate Banggood for sending it for us to look into and take a look at and just put it through a typical test and have a quick look inside and capacity test. So if you found it helpful, please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for clicking on any links that you find helpful or interesting. Again, those links really help support my channel and I greatly appreciate it. So thanks so much for watching, and God bless.